Hey, what's going on guys? DLegend here. Today we have a Kingdom Hearts Union Grass video. Today is January 21st, which is a Thursday, I believe, and I lose track of the days of the week. I promise guys, it's weird. But shift work does that to you. Anyways, we're going to talk about the brand new updates that came with Kingdom Hearts Union Cross's version 4.2.0 update. I think that's what it is. So let's go ahead and hop into the notices real quick here and check them out. Yeah, so version 4.2.0, there's definitely some updates in Union Cross as well as Dark Road, so we'll talk about all that here in this video. Before I start though, I want to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel for more Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and Dark Road content, as well as some Yu-Gi-Oh openings. If you guys haven't checked out my Yu-Gi-Oh videos, I highly suggest you do so, because it is a huge splash of nostalgia that kind of brings you back to your childhood if you watched Yu-Gi-Oh or played Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. Anyways, let's talk about the update itself. So, version 4.2.0 update. The app was updated to last night, actually. And basically, what's changed is that the enemy's HP display for raid bosses and Union Cross has improved. So instead of showing a limited number of actual health points, it shows how many health bars are left. And I think each health bar is, what, 350,000, no, 300,000 maybe, HP. So it makes it a lot easier to kind of just gauge how much health the enemy has left. Additionally, all ground and aerial enemies' defense against Nova and Supernova has been adjusted from -60 to 70%, so that's really useful as well. So that will help for PvE Coliseum to some degree, and then also just help for general content, which is really quite useful because there are some events that are quite challenging these days, to be honest with you. At least with the medals I have currently. I haven't pulled in a while, to be honest with you, so there's that. Regardless of its traits, each medal would be adjusted and improved based on the original effect of the Nova and Supernova. This does not mean that the new trait has been added or traits on medals have been improved. So it's basically just the actual Nova that you have and the Supernova attacks that you use will have ground and aerial -70% attached to them, basically. Aside from that, what else? New Year campaign medal adjustments. Another medal has been updated. This one kind of took me by surprise, at least. It's a really old medal. This was a commemorative medal. I believe, I don't actually remember when it even came out, to be honest with you, but Sora, Supernova plus Sora and Roxas is the new name for this medal. And it's an upright speed medal. Max base strength of 50,851. For its special attack, it does have an AoE attack, and it does 13 hits. For one turn, it'll buff your speed mental strength by 10,000, and buff yourself for everything related to speed, general, and upright. And debuff the target for general, upright, and speed-based defense by 15 tiers as well. Special attack bonus plus 220%, gauge plus 5, HP recovery level 2, and count plus 2. Costs 0 gauges to use, tier 10 metal, 87.78 times multiplier. For its Supernova, it does have Mastery, and it does an AoE attack. For 2 attacks, it'll buff your speed mental strength by 20,000 and ignores target's defense boost. 240 times multiplier there, so pretty interesting. Pretty interesting medal here with the updates. It'll definitely be used to some degree in PvP. However, with its special attack not being an actual PvP special attack without defense piercing damage, it's not quite as useful, if that makes sense. But pretty cool to see another medal upgraded, and pretty cool to see just a kind of random medal upgraded. It's a cool looking art, so I do like it, and I can understand why they picked it. But yeah, new Supernova plus falling price deal. 1 day only. Don't pull for this, guys. Trust me, it's not worth it. Basically, these are the medals that are guaranteed from the banner. You can get any of these every 3rd pull, so it's technically a 3-pull mercy every single 3 pulls that you do, but you can obviously get these medals outside of the mercy as well. The newest medal here would be Stained Glass 10 and 11, as well as 2 nominee. So nothing too crazy there, in my opinion. Don't spend your jewels there, please. And then a surprise event, so make sure you guys do this for some free power gems and some draw tickets. Speaking of draw tickets, let's go ahead and do a pull before we switch over to Dark Road, because this is going to be a pretty quick video here. And hopefully it's informative for you guys, and hopefully you guys get your updates in a quick little bite-sized chunk of video. Alright, quick little pull here. Come on, Sora. Nothing crazy, that's okay. Moving on though, we are actually, let's go ahead and check out the new medal real quick before we update it. So it's an upgrade speed medal tier 3 if you want to go into that. I can't evolve it yet because I have to level it up. And there you go. So that's its base medal, and then with the actual upgrade, multiplier improves drastically, base strength improves drastically, and then obviously its actual special attack and Supernova improve drastically. Because it didn't even have Supernova before this, but pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. No traits available yet right now. I think it'll be a VIP medal in the near future, so stay tuned for that. Probably next week, actually. But yeah, let's move on to the Dark Road updates real quick here. Still love the title screen here. I really hope they do update it at some point in time, though. It's been a while since Dark Road came out. It's been almost a year now, I guess, right? Because it came out in May of 2020. And I'm really excited for the Dark Road updates, to be honest with you, because these are pretty sweet. Real quick here, let me just head into the missions to collect whatever I missed. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into the notices. So version 4.2.0 update for Dark Road. Preparations for the new Pve mode have been implemented, so very cool. It's going to be really interesting to see how PvE actually plays a role in this game specifically. It's going to be really weird in my opinion, because how are you going to fight another data version of Xehanort? Because technically there should only be one Xehanort, right? But anyways, I don't really understand how this is going to work, because it's not going to be like PvP in... Actually, it's PvE, so I guess it'll make sense. It's going to be a lot easier to explain than PvP for this specific type of game. Basically, I think it'll just be like Coliseum, where you just grind and see how far you can get. I don't think you're going to be allowed to use charms. It'll be really interesting because it'll really kind of separate the top tier players that actually have pulled a billion times using their jewels and draw tickets through VIP and other means to actually get some really good cards in this game to be able to actually max out your cards. Basically, having guilt on your cards. So throwback to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross back in the day when guilt was only available to players who mercied whatever banner like a billion times to actually combine medals to get special attack bonuses on their medals, because that was not a guaranteed thing back in the day. Any medal tier 6, any medal 6-star and below, you were not guaranteed to have full Supernova back then. You had to fill in each of the the special attack dots to actually get your guilt unlocked, which is the special attack bonus multiplier, basically. But kind of the same thing here. If you don't have multiple copies of each medal, you're going to be slacking a little bit and not doing quite as well. For example, real quick here, let's just go into my album. Actually, no, let's go into stats. So if we go into change deck here, for example, I have a base Cloud, so I don't think I have multiple copies of Cloud. I don't think I've ever pulled multiple copies of him, so that is his base attack. I don't think I've improved it at all. Whereas a medal like Abu here, I think I do have him maxed out. So his base power I think was 9, but because I have him at 10 cards or 10 copies of him, then his base attack goes up a little bit. And so that will really make a difference in this game for PvE Coliseum, or a PvE game mode. It'll be really cool to see how that works out, and I'm assuming it'll be way better for you to actually manually do it rather than auto things, but always interesting to see, and I'm really quite excited for it. Aside from that, auto mode has been updated, which is cool. The update includes a power saver feature, which can be found in the options menu, that lets your device automatically go into power saver mode after a certain period. Finally, that took forever for this game to figure that out, because literally you're burning through battery, you're burning through electricity like no tomorrow, especially if you leave your phone plugged in the entire time that you're playing Dark Road. I know it's just easy sometimes to do that overnight, but it doesn't make any sense when it comes to the environment. I know there's a lot of gacha games that kind of follow the same scheme, where you literally just have to leave your device burning, but your literal device gets really burning hot, which is not healthy for the device, and it's not healthy for the environment whatsoever. So I'm glad they implemented a power saver mode. ideally they would just kind of get rid of the grinding altogether, but this game is based on that, so I'm not sure they're going to do that anytime soon. Aside from that, there are some implemented various minor UI adjustments and bug fixes, so let's just go ahead and hop into here as a quick little example. So if I hop into options at the top right corner there, you're going to go ahead and see that there is actually a feature bar now that kind of prioritizes your healing based off the amount of health you have left. So if you leave it at always, it'll literally always heal you whenever you have a heal card available to you. Whereas if I'm going to go to 60% or less because I don't want to die ever and I don't want to have to waste charms, I feel like back in the day, before this was released, I think it was literally like if you didn't have less than 10% health, you would not heal. I don't know how it works because I always thought that it would be, I'll show you real quick here after this, but I always thought that it would be whichever card you set first in your deck list, if that makes sense, but I'll show you after this. Aside from that, there is a screensaver option here, so hit auto on that, and it should eventually pop into the screensaver mode for this, which means hopefully that your screen dims out a little bit so it doesn't waste as much battery, and hopefully just kind of, there we go, it's already on dim mode for me, so it just basically decreases the amount of light that your phone emits, or your tablet, or whatever device you're using. Anyways, let's go ahead and it's back into dim mode, so it doesn't take very long at all. Back into the deck list real quick here, so I can show you guys what I was talking about, and then after that, we're gonna call it a day. So if you go into change deck, I always thought that if you put your heal card in the first slot there, that would prioritize it, but it does not whatsoever. It's just based off whatever card is strongest, I think. Whatever card is available to you, that is the strongest, and based off your colors if you auto it. So I've been seeing a lot of procs for this guy here because he does have 45 power compared to Sephiroth's 40. Although Sephiroth does have a sub ability and this guy doesn't. The game does not know that, and the game just kind of prioritizes your power. So that's just something to note, and I'm really quite happy to see all these updates to both Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and Dark Road. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and Dark Road content. I would really appreciate your support. Let's try to hit 2,500 subscribers before the end of January. We're really close. We just need like another 65 or something like that. So let's get there and let's celebrate together. Catch y'all soon. Have a great day. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the Dark Road updates and other features in Union Cross as well. Catch y'all soon. Peace.